All right, after Friday's sports wagering action, we're 3-0 in our last 3 crowd pleaser teasers on Brockpage.com. And if you want to access today's crowd pleaser teaser pick, the link for that play is in the description section below. Now, if you're not signed up on my website, or if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to explain that in just a few moments. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to the video. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. I also sell my personal bets on Brockpage.com. And I have packages on that website beginning at just $1.99. Now, the purpose for these YouTube videos here is to provide free informational sports betting content and also to generate some interest in signing up for a membership on my website. Now, you may be wondering, what's the difference between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website? Well, that's a great question. What I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on my website is, well, I actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and get into some NHL action. We're going to start with the Hurricanes taking on the Penguins. And that's going to be a 1 o'clock Eastern puck drop on Sunday, February 20th, 2022. Pittsburgh's minus 135 with a total at 6 goals. Tristan Jarry is the probable goaltender for the Penguins. Freddie Anderson probable for Carolina. Now, Anderson's 26-7 this year between the pipes with a .210 goals against average and a .927 save percentage. Carolina is currently in the top 3 in the league in fewest road goals allowed. They're also limiting their competition to just 28 shots on goal a game when they travel. Now, defenseman Tony DeAngelo, he's a plus 18 when he's on the ice. When it comes to the scoring in this one, Andrei Svechnikov, he has 22 goals and 47 total points. And speaking of offensive production, the Hurricanes are in the top 10 in the league in road scoring per contest. They're taking on a Pittsburgh team who lost 5 out of their last 9. And they're averaging only 2.3 goals a game in their last 10 contests against Carolina. Now, the Pens have had a tough time defensively late in games. They actually give up the majority of their goals at home in the second period. And they also find themselves in the bottom 10 in the league in third period goals allowed on their home ice. Not home ice, they're in the bottom 10 in the league in third period goals allowed on their home ice. Yes, they are home today. Now, total-wise, Pittsburgh saw 4 out of their last 6 contests at the PPG Paints Arena get over the line. Meanwhile, Carolina saw 3 out of their last 5 on the road get over the posted total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Carolina plus $1.15 in the over 6. Next game, Canadiens, Islanders, 2 p.m. Eastern start time. The New York Islanders are minus 255, totals 5.5. Ilya Sorokin for New York. Andrew Hammond should be making his season debut here for Montreal. But regardless of who's in the net, Montreal's been absolutely pitiful on the road this year. As a matter of fact, these schlubs got the W in only 3 out of 25 road games this season. They allow more goals per contest away from home than any other team in the NHL. Matter of fact, the Habs are allowing nearly 39 shots on goal a game when they travel. They're taking on an Islanders team who beat the likes of Boston, Vancouver, and Ottawa here recently. Now, the Isles have also done a real nice job keeping the puck out of the net. They're currently in the top 3 in fewest home goals allowed. And they're also led by defenseman Adam Pelech, who's a plus 14 when he's on a shift. And of course, can't forget about goaltender Ilya Sorokin, who's got 15 wins on the year and a save percentage of .921. Now, the Isles are limiting their competition to just 28 shots on goal in Long Island. Now, injury-wise, Bailey is questionable for New York. Meanwhile, for the Canadiens, Drouin, Edmondson, and Dvorak are still out indefinitely. Pitlick is also listed as questionable. Now, total-wise, Montreal saw unders recently against the likes of the Blues, Blue Jackets, and Avalanche. Meanwhile, 4 out of the Isles' last 6 home games fell under the posted total themselves. In addition to that, they're also 74% to the under at the UBS Arena for the entire year. I'm going to lean toward the New York Islanders -1.5 and the under 5.5 goals in that very tight window. Next matchup, it is going to be Panthers versus the Blackhawks. That's going to be a 3 o'clock Eastern puck drop in the Windy City. Now, Florida's -190 on the road with the total at 6 goals. Sergei Bobrovsky for the Panthers, Marc-Andre Fleury for Chicago. And despite some fairly decent numbers out of Fleury this year, he did still lose more starts than he won. And the Blackhawks still find themselves in the bottom 10 in goals allowed per game. Now, when Chicago plays at home, well, they're getting the W in just 33% of their contests at the United Center. These guys have been struggling in Chi-Town. They're taking on a Florida team who won 8 out of their last 10, and they're actually leading the entire league in scoring on average per contest. Now, Alex Barkov, he's a +20 on the season with 22 total goals. Meanwhile, Jonathan Huberdeau, he leads the league in points with 68 of them. When it comes to defensive play in this one, Florida's in the top 5 in defensive shots on goal per game on the road. Sergei Bobrovsky's 25-4 with a .252 goals against average and a .919 save percentage. When it comes to the injury report, Thornton and Mammon are still out for Florida. Meanwhile, for Chicago on the other side, Lankinen and Tays are still out for them. When it comes to the total in this one, 5 out of Florida's last 8 road games got over the posted number. The Panthers are also 60% to the over in their last 10 outings at any location. Meanwhile, Chicago saw overs recently with Columbus, St. Louis, and Colorado. They're also 6-3 to the over in their last 9 meetings with Florida. I'm going to lean toward the Panthers -1.5 and the over 6 goals. And with that, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for Part 1. It is going to be Rangers versus the Senators, 5 p.m. Eastern start time. New York's -180 with the total at 6. Igor Shesterkin for New York, Anton Forsberg possible for Ottawa. Now, Forsberg comes into Sunday's start with a .278 goals against average and a .916 save percentage. Now, these guys are going to be in the second of a back-to-back, so Forsberg is not confirmed. But if he does end up getting the start, pretty good numbers out of him. And I'll tell you this much, out of Ottawa's last 10 contests, they successfully cashed it on the puck line in 60% of those games. Now, when it comes to defensive play in this one, Ottawa's also in the top 10 in the NHL in fewest first-period goals allowed. Defenseman Artem Zub is a +5 when he's on a shift. They're taking on a Rangers club who's been really lackluster in recent head-to-head meetings. The Rangers lost 6 out of their last 10 games against Ottawa, and they averaged only 2.3 goals a game during that span. Now, when it comes to offensive shots on goal, the Rangers are averaging only 27 shots a game when traveling. Now, injury-wise, Kakko is still out indefinitely for New York. Meanwhile, for the Senators, Watson and Murray are questionable. Shabo, Shite, Batherson, and Norris are still out indefinitely for them. When it comes to the total in this one, 5 out of Ottawa's last 7 home games fell under the posted number. They're also 80% to the under in their last 10 outings at any location. Meanwhile, the Rangers on the other side of things, they are 17-9 to the under in all of their road games this year. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Ottawa +1.5 and the under 6 goals. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single pick that I give out on that website, you're going to want to think about signing up for my board member tier package. Now, board members, not only are you going to get access to the board member tier pick itself, but you're actually going to get access to every single pick that I give out on that website. It's an all-inclusive pass. Anyway, guys, most importantly, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Saturday or Sunday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at Brockpage.com.